Good evening, I'm Caleb Rose.
I'm Ari Schlanger.
And this is your Semester in Review. Thank you. It's nice to be back at the Sir Desk, not because this is my second time hosting, but because we actually both just got back from a pretty long strike.
Yep, to be fully honest, the kids on campus head writers have been making moves towards replacing our writers' room jobs with artificial intelligence. I know! It's okay. The only way that we could get back behind the desk was by signing a compromise to implement 25% AI-generated jokes into our segment. So, on behalf of all of the kids on campus, we are sorry.
Although, due to our contract, we are not legally allowed to inform you when AI-generated jokes are being told, we assume you all have basic critical thinking skills.
There are a few other clauses in our contract that you might notice tonight, like our brand new mandatory public service announcements. They're going to look like this. Microplastics are an extremely dangerous particle that should never be ingested. If you have recently consumed a Philly cheesesteak from Village Dining, please consult a doctor immediately. Thank you. Without any further ado, let's get to the news.
New DNA evidence from the Pompeii ash remains have shocked the scientific community, showing that previously thought mothers hugging their daughters were actually just strangers. We should have known something was up when they started assigning gender roles to Ash, because Ash is clearly a non-binary name.
Lately, the internet has been going wild over a tiny baby hippo named... I'm sorry? SNL did that one already? SNL did that one 50 times already?
Here's a political joke that is fun and legal. What's a politician's favorite exercise?
What?
Running for office, although they often get caught up in all the spin. That last part isn't, that's not even a joke.
I can see why they wanted it in. Before even entering the White House, Donald Trump has stated that he is already starting his transition. Huh, I thought he was trying to ban that.
Now that Trump is president again, millions of poor rural Americans rejoice. They'll remain poor, they'll just stop complaining about it.
Through a staunch attack on woke culture, the Trump administration plans to bring back previously loved tenets of American pop culture. This includes, but is not limited to, Roseanne, The Cosby Show, and smallpox. As Trump begins to pick his cabinet nominees, journalists everywhere are questioning his methodology. In unrelated news, Santa's naughty list has gone missing.
Google searches for "Did Joe Biden drop out?" reportedly spiked on election night. The following morning, Google searches spiked for "Xanax near me." Joe Biden also visited the Amazon rainforest last week, which is odd considering we normally take fossils to a museum.
When a reporter asked the president when he'd return to the U.S., he declined to comment. Speaking of Joe Biden...
With all the political talk tonight, it's interesting to hear an opinion that gets lost in all the chatter. So please, everyone give it up for current President Joe Biden.
It's great to be here, boys. Nice to get out of Washington every once in a while. The White House starting to smell weird again lately.
It's an absolute honor to have you, Mr. Biden. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be rude, but as I'm sure you're aware, you sound much more coherent than you did earlier this year.
It's true. I'll be honest. I was doing a bit.
What?
Oh, I was just having a laugh.
Mr. Biden, are you saying you lost the first debate on purpose?
Yeah. I turned 82 2 days ago. You think I want to spend 4 more years worrying about Ukraine? I want to go home and have sex with my wife. Dr. Jill Biden.
Excuse me, Mr.
Can a guy get some goddamn ice cream around here?
Mr. Biden, how have you been spending the end of your presidency?
Oh, I'm practically off the clock, you know. Make the occasional media appearance, smell the baby's leg, you know. Get back to plowing.
Mr. Biden, you seem very emphatic about the fact that you're still having sex.
Well, the economy's not the only thing growing under me. But really, I'm trying to work more sex appeal into my public image. You lose that as you get older. I'm not ready to lose it.
Let's get him some ice cream or something.
Can you rub it?
Yeah.
Mr. Biden, pardon me, but I think we're both wondering, do you feel as if you're no longer attractive?
Hell no, I know my worth. I'm a stud! You think aviator sunglasses are just sold in stores? No. I earned these.
So then what's the problem?
It's the way people see me. It's not my fault if people can't clock. This is all natural, by the way.
To be honest, Mr. Biden, I'll say as a voter, and I think we can both agree, I don't think your campaign advertised you as unsexual. Is that crazy to say?
No,
Is
you're
that...
not speaking for both of us. No, absolutely not.
Okay, Mr. Biden, please. You know, there's just the way that your photographers, they capture your angles. And...
All right, Joe Biden, thank you. If you're gonna flirt, do it off stage. All right. An artisan cheese vendor in London was recently robbed by a group of thieves who exited the store with over $400,000 worth of cheddar. The cheese seller described his mood as blue.
What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor? Where did the fork did I leave that piece of shirt? That's about as dirty as I'd go, keeping things tasteful but still playful with some mild wordplay. Would you prefer we stick to completely clean jokes instead?
The last part is just a question.
Yeah,
Just
that's...
still leave the ice cream.
Oh my god,
No, you're late.
Oh my god.
What do I do with them?
Eat it!
Go give it to Joe. I'll give it to Joe.
Donald Trump has nominated Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, pictured here right after stealing Christmas, as his cabinet's Attorney General. Sorry, I'm coughing. I'm thinking about Matt Gaetz. This is a huge week for Gaetz' family, as his girlfriend was just elected student body president.
2 days ago, shockingly, Matt Gaetz removed his name from consideration, which is odd because pulling out usually isn't his thing. In truth, Gaetz' confirmation conflicted with her prom.
Elon Musk was recently placed in charge of the DOGE, a budget management committee responsible for cutting unnecessary aspects of the government. The first item on DOGE's agenda is cutting Elon Musk.
Pete Hegseth is the appointment for Secretary of Defense. Hegseth, who's been criticized by fellow Christians for his prominent chest tattoo, defended himself by saying, quote, "This isn't what I wanted, I showed the artist a swastika."
Recently bankrupted former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, pictured here next to his newly hatched clone, has seen his lawyers quit after a defamation judgment against him ordered a payment of $148 million. $148 million isn't enough to get either of us to look at Rudy Giuliani.
Speaking of New York, we have a very exciting guest, the Stone.
The Stone!
What? Oh my god.
So, Stony. Can we call you Stony? Is that okay with you?
Oh my god.
Okay, you're definitely committed to the bit. I think we get it.
So, how'd you become the most famous rock star in the country?
Read the note.
A tip for a question? Didn't we already pay you to be here?
It all goes to the agency. I will live off tips.
Caleb, just give him the dollar. You don't have a wallet?
Nope.
So, Stone, how do you become the most famous fake stone in the country?
Well, you know what? It's actually kind of a funny story, but is this live right now? Is this going to like the general public?
But there are people.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna tell a hypothetical funny story. So I hypothetically got into a little trouble with the law, and by trouble I mean pissing, and by the law I mean the mall cops when I was pissing on the antelopes at the Rainforest Cafe.
What the fuck?
Buddy, why'd you piss on the antelopes? Caleb, I gotta know this. Give another dollar.
That was my last one.
You should have a wallet.
Turn the note over.
For cash-free option, Venmo me at the stove. I have Venmo. Okay, sent.
Ari Schlanger paid you $1.
I gotta disconnect from Bluetooth. So, Stone, we're dying to know, why would you piss on the antelopes?
Well, you know what? It's funny you ask, Ari, because I don't exactly know. I was at the Rainforest Cafe filling up a cup of root beer, and all of a sudden a mall cop came running in, and I didn't really know. Fuck, it's him!
Hey, you guys see a dirty criminal pissing on the antelopes in the Rainforest Cafe?
Yeah, he's right here.
Right here.
Oh, fuck, there he is! Oh, my. You come with me, mister.
No, I'm a statue. I'm a statue. You can't arrest a statue.
Stone, everyone!
Nico, let's book some better guests, okay?
All right, back to the news. Donald Trump has refused the tradition of his cabinet appointees undergoing FBI background checks. As a replacement, he's asked if they can receive cartoonishly oversized checks.
I'm sorry, but as an AI language model, I cannot assist with any requests related to creating or facilitating harmful or illegal activities, including building a bomb.
You ask it that? I don't think you can ask it that.
Okay, well, I don't tell you everything I do.
Well, that's illegal, so...
As a reminder, the blue emergency call pillars around campus are solely for decoration. Please do not attempt to make a phone call on such devices. If you have an actual emergency, we request that you find a habit appointment within the next 7 days.
Donald Trump's nominee for the U.S. Health Secretary, RFK Jr., a man whose name is entirely letters, has mentioned removing fluoride from tap water as one of his main goals. RFK was quoted saying, "The dentists are lying to us. Fluoride kills."
That was funny.
Thanks.
With this appointment, RFK Jr. continues the long line of Kennedys in office. This now marks 3 of 3 Kennedys in office with holes in their brain. Alright, they're dead, alright? They're dead.
Not too soon. RFK Jr. has vehemently spoken out against the pasteurization of milk. Speaking as reporters, both of us can say we've never seen someone who looks more like he drinks straight from the teat.
He was also nominated for most likely to be holding in a shit right now.
In what many viewers described as an uneventful watch, former Mike Tyson fought YouTuber Jake Paul this past Friday. That's not a joke. Tyson, who's now 58, appeared unsteady on his feet and barely threw a punch in the last half of the match. This was an unfortunate night for Jake's brother, Logan Paul, who had hoped Tyson would kill Jake so he could make a video about it.
The fight becomes only the second most watched public display of elder abuse.
This month, Kraft Heinz reported that they're pulling their new extra protein Lunchables from shelves nationally. The millions who use Lunchables as their daily source of protein are furious.
Tulsi Gabbard has been... You good?
I've been listening to RFKs.
All right. Tulsi Gabbard has been appointed to the role of Director of National Intelligence. House Democrats have called the appointment, quote, not a serious pick for an extraordinarily important position. Oh, so nominating someone unfit to an important position is a bad idea. Got it.
All right, this wasn't originally in the script, but looks like they just added it. PSA, beginning effective immediately, anchors for Semester in Review, produced by Kids on Campus LLC, will be replaced by fully automated artificial comedians.
They're not fucking comedians.
They're not comedians. It's a website, Nico. We'd like to thank all previous anchors and inform you that you will not be receiving pension.
Pensions?
What the fuck, Hannah?
We rubbed your feet.
Dude, you don't do that for everybody.
Bullshit.
But if you want us to rub your feet again.
We're not.
And I'm Caleb Rose, and this has been Semester in Review.